Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the TCP congestion control. TCP uses different policies to handle the congestion in the network. So we describe these policies in this section. So before moving to the policies, already we know that the size of the send window is controlled by the receiver using the value of the receiver window, that is RWND, which is advertised in each segment traveling in the opposite direction. Use of this strategy guarantees that the receive window is never overflowed with the received bytes, that is, there is no end congestion. But intermediate buffers in the routers do not become congested. Router may receive data from more than one sender. No matter how large the buffers of the router may be, it may be overwhelmed with the data, which results in dropping some segments sent by the specific TCP sender. So, there may be congestion in the middle. More segment loss means resending the same segment again and again, resulting in worsening the congestion and finally collapse of the communication. TCP is an end-to-end protocol that uses the services of Internet Protocol. TCP needs to define policies that accelerate the data transmission when there is no congestion and decelerate the transmission when the congestion is detected. To control the number of segments to transmit, TCP uses another variable called congestion window, whose size is controlled by the congestion situation in the network. CWND, which is congestion in the middle, RWND, which is congestion at the end. These are the variables together defines the size of the send window in TCP. And the actual window size is determined as the minimum of the receive window and the congestion window. To detect the congestion in the TCP, sender uses occurrence of two events as a signs of congestion in the network. That is a timeout, which is the first one, and the second one is receiving 3 duplicate acknowledgements. Timeout is if a TCP sender does not receive an acknowledgement for a segment before timeout, it assumes that the corresponding segment is lost due to congestion. Second, receiving 3 duplicate acknowledgements, meaning is that receiving 4 acknowledgements with the same acknowledgement number. That is, sending 3 duplicate acknowledgements by TCP receiver is a sign of a missing segment, means that one segment is missing but 3 segments have been received. The TCP version, that is Reno TCP as well as Tahoe TCP and New Reno TCP, will be discussed here. So, the TCP's general policy for handling the congestion is based on 3 algorithms. One is slow start, congestion avoidance, and the fast recovery. In the slow start, which can be seen here, what happens here is that the size of the congestion window, that is CWND, starts with 1 MSS, which is 1 maximum segment size. But it increases 1 maximum segment size each time a acknowledgement receives. So you can see in the figure. So here, if the receive window is greater than the congestion window, sender window size will be equal to congestion window usually. Ignoring the delayed acknowledgement, first the sender starts with a congestion window equal to 1. Sender can send only one segment. After the first acknowledgement arrives, the acknowledgement segment is removed from the window and the size of the congestion window is increased by 1. Because the arrival of the acknowledgement is a good sign that there is no congestion in the network, now the size of the window is 2, which you can see here. After sending 2 segments and receiving 2 individual acknowledgements, the size of the congestion window will become 4. So initially congestion window size is 1, then 2, then 4, 8, then it continues. So congestion window will be congestion window plus the number of acknowledgement arrived. To stop there must be a threshold set. So sender keeps track of the variable called as slow start threshold, that is written as SS thresh. When size of the window reaches this threshold, slow start stops and the next phase starts. Next is about congestion avoidance and additive increase. To avoid the congestion before it happens, we must slow down this exponential growth. The congestion control, that is congestion avoidance, increases the congestion window additively. Here, each time the whole window of segment is acknowledged, size of the congestion window is increased by 1. The expression is given as congestion window is equal to congestion window plus 1 by congestion window. Initially, I is 4, then it will become 5, then it is 7, then it is 6, then it is 7. Additively, it increases by 1. Next state is said to be the fast recovery state, which will be fast recovery state is like it starts when 3 duplicate acknowledgements arrive. Later you will see that whenever 3 duplicate acknowledgements arrive, that means 4 acknowledgements, which is interpreted as light congestion, there is additive increase. This increases the size of the congestion window when the duplicate acknowledgement arrives. If the duplicate acknowledgement arrives, then the congestion window will be congestion window plus 1 by congestion window. Next is, let us see about the 3 different versions of TCP. First is said to be the Tahoe TCP. You can see it uses only 2 policies. One is slow start and the other is the congestion avoidance. So here the FSM is shown. So you can see the different events and the actions taken. So whenever it starts with a slow start, and whenever it is in the slow start, there can be a timeout or 3 duplicate acknowledgements, because of which the threshold will be made half of the congestion window and the congestion window value is set as 1. Similarly, there can be acknowledgement arrives, so congestion window is equal to congestion window plus 1. In the case if the congestion window becomes greater than the threshold, then the phase moves to the congestion avoidance. In that, if the acknowledgement arrives, then the congestion window will be congestion window plus 1 by congestion window, which is an additive increase. In case if there is a timeout or 3 duplicate acknowledgements, once again it moves to the slow start by setting the threshold value half of the congestion window and setting the congestion window value to 1, which you can see with the example here for a congestion control in a Tahoe. Here, TCP starts the data transfer and sets the S threshold value here to a value of 16 maximum segment size. You can see here example. It will set first the S threshold. You can see in the y-axis, which is 16. Next, TCP begins at initially slow start, having the congestion window is equal to 1. Congestion window grows exponentially when the time out occurs. It is when the congestion window size is 8, the time out has occurred after the third RTT, which is before reaching the threshold. To reach threshold, still it has to be 16. So before reaching the threshold, TCP assumes that there is a congestion. It immediately sets the new threshold, which is half of that of the timeout, which is equal to 8 by 2, which is 4 maximum segment size, and begins new slow start state with the congestion window is equal to 1. The congestion window grows exponentially until it reaches the newly set threshold. Once it reaches, TCP moves to the congestion avoidance state, and the congestion window grows additively until it reaches 12 maximum segment size. At the moment, 3 duplicate acknowledgement arrive, which is another indication of congestion in the network. TCP again halves the value of the S threshold to 12 by 2, which is 6, and begins new slow start state, and also exponential growth of the congestion window continues. After RTT is equal to 15, the size of the congestion window is 4 maximum segment size. After sending 4 segments and receiving 2 acknowledgements, size of the window reaches threshold is equal to 6 and TCP moves to congestion avoidance state. The data transfer now continues in this state until the connection is terminated after RTT is equal to 20. This is about Tahoe TCP. So just remember about the acknowledgement arrival, beginning of the slow start, congestion detection, threshold level and congestion avoidance and the slow start algorithm. Next as SS threshold value for a Tahoe is set to 6. Station now is in the slow start state with the congestion window 4. Show the value of the congestion window, SS threshold and state of station before and after each of the following events. That is, there are non-duplicate acknowledgement followed by timeout and followed by 3 duplicate non-acknowledgement. Do it as a assignment. Then let us see about the Reno TCP, which I had explained even for the program 4, which is about the congestion control. We have implemented a Ethernet LAN using N nodes, and as multiple traffic was assigned to the nodes and congestion window was obtained, which was done as a laboratory experiment. So in this Reno TCP, in this version, if the timeout occurs, TCP moves to slow start. If 3 duplicate acknowledgement arrives, TCP moves to fast recovery state. So this Reno TCP treats these different policies differently. Here the fast recovery state, which is addition here, is between the slow start and the congestion avoidance. You can see in the FSM here. It behaves like a slow start in which the congestion window grows exponentially, but it starts with the SS threshold plus 3 maximum segment size. When TCP enters fast recovery state, 3 major events can occur. If duplicate acknowledgements continue to arrive, TCP stays in this state, but the congestion window grows. If timeout occurs, this moves to slow start. If non-duplicate acknowledgement arrives, TCP moves to congestion avoidance state but defines the size of the congestion window to SS threshold value as though 3 duplicate acknowledgements have not occurred and the transition is from slow state to congestion avoidance state. So you can see here slow start. Whenever there is a timeout, it remains in the same state and the threshold is made half of the congestion window and the congestion window is made to start with 1. If the congestion window is above the threshold, it moves to the congestion avoidance state as that of the Tahoe TCP. And in the congestion avoidance, if acknowledgement is arrived, congestion window will be additive increase, and if there is a timeout, it moves to the slow start once again, making the threshold half of the congestion window and setting the congestion window is equal to 1. Whenever it is in the congestion avoidance state, in case if 3 duplicate acknowledgements arrive, it moves to the fast recovery, making the threshold half of the congestion window, and the congestion window value will be set as 3 plus the threshold value. In the fast recovery, if a duplicate acknowledgement arrives, congestion window will be made as additive increase plus 1, and if a new acknowledgement arrives, congestion window will be made SS threshold and it is moved to congestion avoidance, and if a timeout, SS threshold will be made half of the congestion window will be set 1 and it moves to the slow start. So this is about the FSM of the Reno TCP. And also you can see here the same thing which was explained. Whenever it is in the slow start, if the timeout occurs, the threshold will be half of the congestion window, which is 4, and also it starts with the congestion window is equal to 1, and whenever it reaches that threshold, it moves to the congestion avoidance state. In that there is a additive increase. If there is 3 duplicate acknowledgement, it moves to the fast recovery state, and if there is a new acknowledgement in that, it moves to the congestion avoidance state and the process continues. So that is about Reno TCP. Next let us see about a new Reno TCP. This new Reno TCP is a later version of TCP which made an extra optimization on the Reno. Here TCP checks to see if more than one segment is lost in the current window when 3 duplicate acknowledgements arrive. When TCP receives three duplicate acknowledgements, it retransmits the lost segment until a new acknowledgement arrives. If the new acknowledgement defines the end of the window when the congestion was detected, TCP is certain that only one segment was lost. However, if the acknowledgement number defines a position between the retransmitted segment and end of the window, it is possible that the segment defined by the acknowledgement is also lost. So, new Renault TCP retransmits the segment to avoid receiving more and more duplicate acknowledgements. So, this uses a concept of additive increase multiplicative decrease, which is said to be AIMD. Out of the three versions of TCP, the Renault version is most commonly used. It is observed that in this version, most of the time the congestion is detected and taken care by observing three duplicate acknowledgements. If there are some timeout events, TCP recovers from them by aggressive exponential growth. In other words, in a long TCP connection, if we ignore slow start and the short exponential growth during the fast recovery, congestion window will be congestion window plus 1 by congestion window. When an acknowledgement arrives, that is in congestion avoidance state, which you have already seen, and the congestion window will be half when the congestion is detected in the slow start. Slow start does not exist and the length of fast recovery is reduced to 0. The first is called the additive increase and the second is called the multiplicative decrease. This means that congestion window size after it passes the initial slow start follows a sawtooth pattern called additive increase multiplicative decrease, which you can see here. So next is about the TCP throughput. So here in the TCP throughput, which will be discussed, the throughput is based on the congestion window behavior. It can be found if the congestion window is a constant function of RTT. The throughput with this unrealistic assumption is throughput as congestion window divided by RTT. In this assumption, TCP sends a congestion window CWND bytes of data and receives the acknowledgement for them. The behavior of TCP, which is shown, is not a flat line, which you had seen, it is sawtooth kind. So, with many minimum and maximum values, if each tooth were exactly the same, we could say that throughput is maximum plus minimum divided by 2, which is in turn divided by RTT. However, we know that the value of the maximum is twice the value of the minimum because in each congestion detection, the value of CWND is set to half of its previous value so that the throughput can be calculated as here you can see. There is maximum and minimum is different. So, value of the maximum will be twice the value of the minimum always. So, because in each congestion detection, the value of CWND is set to half of its previous value. Thus, the throughput is calculated as 0.75 into W max by RTT, in which W max is average of the window size when the congestion occurs. So, here we have considered for the same 24.35, that is earlier one, we have the values of window sizes are 10, then it is increased to 12, then it is once again made to 10, then it is 8 and 8. You can see it in the figure. So average of all these, that means add all these divided by 5, we'll get W max. Multiply that by 0.75 divided by the value of RTT, which is given in the question here, we get the throughput. So this is how the throughput is calculated. So this completes the module 5, where a more elaborately TCP different services are explained, like with respect to the TCP flow control, error control, congestion control, and also the services and the UDP was explained at the beginning of this chapter. So this completes the module 5. In the coming classes, we'll be continuing with the revision of all the 5 modules which we have done, starting from module 1, then module 2, module 3, module 4 and also module 5. And all the best to your exams. So you have to study all these 5 modules, and this TCP control topic is very important with respect to the lab program 4 also. There we had used the versions of TCP for the congestion control, that is TCP Reno and the TCP Vegas. So this the same concept is used there, where we had done the congestion window plotting using a X graph, and we had seen the comparison with respect to that, how, and also by observing the values we can note that there how the congestion window values are changed whenever there is sudden change, whenever there is a congestion. So study all these. Thank you.